Hi, I'm Lisa Giaruzzi from YourCommunicationAuthority.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that is critical for effective communication and bringing out the best in yourself and your employees. It's focusing on what works. Focusing on what works is not positive thinking or pretending that things are great if you don't feel they are. Focusing on what works is literally focusing on what works. If you're a manager or a supervisor, at any given time there are things that are working in your department and there are things that aren't. Most people spend the vast majority of time and energy focusing on what doesn't work and trying to fix it. Now, this might elicit the response from you, "Of course I do. That's how to improve," or "How else am I going to develop my employees?" I'd like you to begin to consider that focusing on what doesn't work actually slows down growth and development. It can keep you stuck and prevent you from moving forward. Basically, I'm asking you to consider the possibility that the way we have been trained to think about change has been wrong. I'm not saying you should ignore what doesn't work, but be honest. How long have you been working on it? For most of us, it has been years of trying to improve the same thing, only to see incremental progress. The first thing I want you to be clear about is this is not your fault. It's just a habitual way of thinking that we've all inherited. We learn to relate to ourselves and to others as problems to be solved. We learn that life is a problem to be solved. Problem solving and focusing on what doesn't work drains us of energy. Seeing ourselves day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year as problems to be solved is exhausting. No wonder people have the Monday morning blues. A whole new week of problems to solve. Woohoo! No wonder people get disengaged at work. When you only focus on what doesn't work, it limits your thinking and your capacity to attain the results you really want. What if there was another way to get what you want? Another way to achieve your goals? And what if it could be energizing, empowering, and most importantly, more effective? What if you always didn't have to feel like you were broken in need of repair? Focusing on what works is another way to view life. Think about it. If you want to be rich, you would not study poor people. If you want to be thin, you would not study overweight people. Success is not found by studying failure and doing the opposite. Success has a texture and depth all its own. So how do you focus on what works in a world that in practically every moment is inundating us with messages about how much we lack and what is wrong with us? First, I recommend that you schedule a time to make a list of the things that are working about you, your employees, and your department. Notice I did not say what's perfect about you or your department, or what's exactly the way you want it to be. I said make a list of the things that are working. After you have the list, begin to look at each item and get curious about them. What are the elements that are allowing this success to occur? Patterns and themes will start to surface. This is really valuable information. Once you see these patterns, you can use this information to create a pathway towards the future you want. The areas that are working about you and your department are not by accident or luck or because the moon and the sun lined up just right. They work for reasons. When you discover what the reasons are, you start to unleash the source of your power. Our greatest potential for learning is in our areas of strength, not in our weakness. When you recognize and acknowledge what works about you, your employees, and your department, you will begin to see differently everything, which will spark innovative thinking and whole new possibilities for action. This is the environment that allows the best in your employees to emerge. Thank you for watching. I'm Lisa Giaruzzi, YourCommunicationAuthority.com.